Hello, how you doing everyone? Yesterday, Juan introduced us to 10 exciting Switch games coming out this week. It looks like a banger. And tomorrow, Jordan will tempt us with the physical releases dropping as well. I'm James Amero, and today is the respite in between. Yes, we are back uncovering the very best eShop Switch sales that are worth picking up across the UK, EU and US eShops that won't bust your wallet unless of course you go crazy and buy too many. Be sure to let us know your pick of the week in the comments, as each week we pick someone to win a $10 eShop voucher. We will announce last week's winner later on. Right, let's jump in and find these bargains. Kicking things off with my pick of the week, and this week it's the anti-gravity racer Redout. With an F-Zero sized hole on the Nintendo platform, games like Fast RMX have swooped in to fill the gap, and Redout does a solid job of doing the same. With a cool futuristic style to its visuals, a pumping soundtrack and a healthy campaign mode, there is a lot to like here. What I like is how each ship feels different across teams, and the introduction of controlling the pitch with the right stick. It makes for fast feeling, on the edge of losing control racing. It's not perfectly polished. For example, local multiplayer is missing, which is a shame, though there is online play, so at the full price it's a bit of a stretch, but at half price it's a lot of racer for your money. Juan, Jordan, what are your picks this week?
James, thank you very much, pal. I hope you ladies and gents are not too spent out from my video yesterday. James, make sure you put up a link for everybody just in case they missed it. Anyways, my pick of the week has to be Cave Story Plus. Not only is it a great game, but I remember waiting weeks for it when I imported it a few years ago from our friends in the States. I think Nicalis physicals are some of the best around, with all the little goodies you get, and here our hero discovers a hidden land, vows to protect the defenseless creatures who live there. This game is both charming and as hard as nails at times, but I absolutely love this platforming adventure from start to finish. It has great storytelling, sweet weapons with awesome action, and if you missed it, now's the time to download with 50% off. Take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, my pick of the week is a game that I reviewed when it released digitally, Aragami. No, not the paper folding. Sorry, I couldn't resist doing that joke once more. Anyways, this is a nice indie game that dares to take on the stealth genre and does so with aplomb. Jumping between shadows, sneaking behind guards on patrol, some interesting platforming segments and upgrades. This is an ambitious title for an indie studio. It's hardly Splinter Cell in its stealth mechanics, but you know, that's why the current sale comes in and makes it great. It's 50% off until May 31st, $14.99 in euros and US dollars, and £12.49 in the UK. That's a very nice price and can be easily recommended for those looking for an indie game that looks like it has a bit more of a budget to it.
Sparklite is an action-adventure game that takes place in the wonderful world of Giodia. You get to enjoy the amazing pixel art world and a wonderful soundtrack by Dale North. The game contains 5 unique and procedurally generated biomes to explore. It is loads of fun, and with the update back in Feb to version 1.5, the experience became even better. Version 1.5 provides a load of new content to help you stay busy in this world. If you don't own the game, now is the time to dive in. It's the largest discount we've seen on this one so far. Gorogoa is a critically acclaimed puzzle game from developer Buried Signal. It's beautiful, imaginative, and often cited as a work of art. It was originally $15, which was always a bit of a stretch for many due to just the 2-hour runtime, but now with 50% off at $7.99 in the US, that is a very good deal for your money. If you were on the fence originally, then now is the time to strike. If you missed it last time, Super Chariot, the platformer puzzler from Microids, has a chunky 90% off. Playing as a princess and her fiance, you need to drag a chariot with the late king's remains through 25 subterranean levels to his final resting place. Along the way, you are taunted by the ungrateful king's ghost, face enemies, gather loot and take physics-based puzzles on. It's a well-accomplished game that has replayability and plenty of fun moments and secrets to find. It's decent on your own, but it's a real treat in local co-op, either in tabletop mode or on a TV. It's a solid package, and at this low cost, you really cannot go wrong here. Feudal Alloy is a Metroidvania that is rough around the edges and odd. You play as a goldfish controlling a robotic body in an odd landscape full of robots in a medieval setting. I reviewed this one when it came out and I did enjoy it. There are nice RPG elements thrown in and the puzzles are excellent. It's not perfect, but at less than £3 it's a bargain worth checking out. Remilore is an action RPG that takes the Diablo formula and makes it more chilled out. The adventure has some roguelike elements which are randomized and the leveling up system is interesting. Throw into the mix decent combat and nice Japanese voice work and what you have is a nice dungeon looter that you can pick up and play in short, chilled out bursts. Developed by Edmund Macmillan and published by Nicalis, The End is Nigh lives up to the standards Edmund has set in his other titles like Super Meat Boy and The Binding of Isaac. A dark sense of humour, lovely visuals and perfectly crafted tracks by Ridiculon. The clue is in the title here. You play as Ash, a blob and the last one left after an apocalyptic event, and you set off in search of a friend. What follows is precision platforming on the single screen stages at its finest. You will want to throw your switch at every turn, but somehow you will keep going back for more punishment. A fantastic title not to be skipped. Crystal Crisis is a lovely little action puzzle game featuring a crossover of many niche characters, especially those that publisher Nicalis have worked with over the years. It includes Binding of Isaac, Astro Boy Cave Story, as well as a few others. It's a colour matching game that gives the illusion of a 1 versus 1 fighter, harking back to a once popular genre. It's chaotic but very fun, with 50% off across all regions. It's a blast. Based on true stories and historical events, 1979 Revolution Black Friday is an interactive drama about choice and consequence, chaos and order. The year is 1979, the place is Tehran, Iran. You play as a photojournalist who returns home to find his people protesting the ruling king, the Shah. Armed with your camera, you're soon pulled into a dangerous world of revolution and civil unrest. The visuals are not great, the interaction is minimal and it's a short game, but story-wise it's fascinating and for the price of a cup of coffee, it's well worth it. In Slayaway Camp, you play as Skullface, a mask-wearing, machete-wielding serial killer straight out of the 80s. The game is a slide puzzler where you have to perform the right sequence in order to progress. In this case, it's to slash your victims. Oh, fun! It's a good laugh and a fun puzzle game to boot. With 80% off, you can't go wrong here. Mars Power Industries is a simple pick up and play puzzle game. There are 80 odd levels and each one is nice and short. The premise is that Mars has been terraformed and as buildings pop up they need to get powered up. This is where you come in. Taking place on a simple grid, you need to place and connect grids in order to power up buildings. Along the way there are obstacles and some tricky spikes to make things a bit tougher, but overall this is a chilled, laid back, easy to play and good looking game, all for under £1 or $1. Black the Fall is a puzzle platformer that harks back to the Cold War and the rise of communism. It's a visual novel in the sense that its focus is in its story through sometimes obscure interpretations, but it's an interesting tale. The Switch version does have a few creaky parts to it in the performance side, but it's a nice short experience, and now it's at its lowest ever price with 70% off. It's definitely worth checking out. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is a special title. The spiritual successor of the Wonder Boy series, this Metroidvania platformer is one of the best there is, with excellent controls and wonderful gameplay supported by beautiful graphics and one of the very best soundtracks we've heard on the Switch. This is not one to be missed at all. Everyone can enjoy this regardless of age or skill level. Block Quest Maker, otherwise known as BQM, is an RPG creation tool. Using voxels to create and share your very own quests, this is a bit of a niche one, but great for those who are fans of creating games and RPGs. It makes a nice quirky alternative to the RPG Maker series, and it's surprisingly good, especially with a healthy 50% off right now. EARTHLOCK is a love letter to JRPGs of the PS1 era with its turn-based combat, open world to explore, and classic mechanics. The game is well crafted, and whilst it's fair to say it's unlikely to be many people's absolutely favourite game, it does everything well and clocks up an impressive amount of content, making this one an impressive bargain at this price point. And there you have it, everyone, a bunch of eShop gems worth considering. What is your pick of the week? Let us know down below. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow we'll be back with our physical roundup. In the meantime, congratulations to J Cookie, this week's winner. Please email us and we will get you that voucher. Stay safe, everyone. Take care. Hope you've enjoyed this one. And if it's your first time here, why not consider subscribing for more content like this delivered to you.